everyone, and welcome back to another FM Talks. Joining us today is Greg Rubin. Hi, Greg. How are you doing today?
Hi, very, very well. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you here. So let's jump into some of the questions we wanted to ask you today about Axi Select. Prop firms have exploded in popularity recently. How do you see Axi Select standing out and maybe even redefining what a prop firm is today?
Yeah, well, I think it's well known that we have a very different model to the industry standard model within the prop firm space. And if I'm honest with you, I wouldn't classify Axis Select as a prop firm per se, but I can certainly see why it's attractive for prop firm traders. And when you look, if I look at the industry as a whole, yes, we've seen a complete explosion. Um, if I look to 2021 to 2023, we saw a lot of firms into the space. And then ultimately, we had that big crescendo moment with MFF when they closed their doors on the 1st of September 2023. We saw quite a wave of events and changes in the space. And since then, we've been going through almost a consolidation period. So I wouldn't quite say it's exploding right now, but there certainly feels like there is sort of consolidation and a lot of new ideas that are coming. And what's pretty well documented or known is this big demand in the space right now. And we are seeing a lot of firms offering new and innovative ideas. So we do see ourselves as very different. We see ourselves as more based on trading, a trader-centric program, as opposed to something that's more speculating with only using live accounts on the Axi Select program, not charging a registration fee. But one thing which I think is very different about our program as well, that's often not spoken about, or two things. One is the education. We're not just a company that provides funding. We do pride ourselves on the education and the learning material that we provide our traders through a trading room, to having direct access to professional traders and edge score to assist in the trading. And the other one, which is often overlooked, is your actual trading conditions. It's all very well me saying to you, you're going to get some large sums of money in a short space of time, but how likely are you to make profit? What are the conditions? And with the Axi Select program, we purposefully don't have any sort of barriers to trade, things like high watermark levels, daily drawdown limits, and not being able to trade over news, not being able to hold positions over weekends. We purposely don't have any of those rules in place to give traders, like they would with a real life trading account at a broker. They can use their own EAs as well, giving them that flexibility. And those conditions are paramount to being able to make money in these markets. Once you make the conditions difficult, then it becomes very difficult as a trader to make money. So I think that's very important and often overlooked in this space.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And you're also backed up by Axi, an established broker. Does that give some extra incentives for traders?
Yeah, and I think that's quite an important point you make there. When we relaunched this Axi Select program in September 2023, when we were drawing up the structure, we wanted to use our size as a broker to offer a more trader-centric program, to offer a trader that gave traders a level playing field, a fair opportunity in this space. So we certainly feel we've used our size to provide that opportunity for traders, fair, level playing field, ability to move through the different programs. But it's not about being funded or not being funded, right? Partly evaluation being funded. It's more you a trader within a program that's helping you learn, helping you improve your trading. And as you improve, you get access to more and more funding. And of course, at the top end of the program, we offer traders $1 million of our funds, and they can keep 80%, which of course, not everybody's going to get to that stage. And you don't need to get to that stage for it to be beneficial. But it's important to acknowledge that it's a whole trading program that, in my opinion, beneficial within the prop firm space, but also to traders who are trading at brokers.
Sounds lovely. Do you guys have any success stories that stand out? Maybe somebody who actually reached the finish line?
The Pro M stage, the $1 million stage of our program. Yes. So we have 5 people who have reached there at the moment, and we hope to see that number grow. It does take time. You're not going to get there overnight, and nor should you. If we're really going to give you $1 million of funds to trade, you need to prove yourself through the different stages. And yeah, we've had so many great stories. In fact, we're quite fortunate. We have I'd say it's almost a series where we have almost weekly traders who come on talk about Axi Select and how it's changed their lives or how they found the program. I mean, they're very easily viewed, but just to mention a couple, just I guess, one was someone who put down a deposit on a house thanks to Axi Select program. The other was someone in early 20s trading $1 million of our funds. We had one trader who got paid $108,000 a couple months ago. So it's pretty cool when you hear these stories of people who actually receive this money, receive funding, and trading styles that they'll never be able to trade without Axi Select. And that's something we're super proud of on how we've changed the space and how we're giving traders that opportunity who ordinarily would not be able to get that, to have that potential.
Yeah, that's really inspiring and really nice that you have these successful traders. Do you see any common traits between these people, be it traders who've been successful in the program?
That's a good question. And I'd say yes and no. And I'd say yes because, I'm a trader myself. And I've always said that a good trader is a good risk manager, is a good money manager. And if you can without being able to handle risk, you're not going to be successful in trading, in my opinion. You have to understand how to manage risk. And of course, the trading psychology of trading is very important as well. So those are common traits in all successful traders, in my opinion. It's very difficult to be a successful trader without that. But the thing that surprised me a lot about the Axi Select program is how diverse our top traders on the program are in terms of their style. Some might be mechanical, some are automatic, the products they trade to a degree, but also where they're based. So the time of day and the time of markets, the time of day that they trade the market also completely different. And yeah, it really is across the globe in terms of our client base and stories from all sorts of walks of life in terms of careers that they trade. You wouldn't be able to put them all in a room together and say they have a common trait in that sense. But I'm pretty confident if you put them all together, they'll echo what I say about risk management and understanding trading psychology.
Yeah, okay, definitely. Well, do you feel like Axie has any responsibility as a big player in the space to sort of shape how traders build long-term careers rather than just focusing on short-term goals?
I don't know if we've got a responsibility, but we certainly take that responsibility with the program structure that we've created. Like I said, it's real money, real life accounts, and it's a program that's built to improve traders' performance and ultimately traders have the ability to manage larger sums of money. And I think if I take it away from the prop firm space and I look at it almost in the broker space, one of the biggest issues we find with retail traders is not that they're bad traders, it's that they try to use too much leverage because they're undercapitalized. And when you start to take too much risk by taking too much leverage on, you ultimately risk blowing up accounts, as we see often. And I think that's what Axi Select does. It solves that issue to a degree in the space that we provide funding, we provide the capital so that traders don't have to over leverage or don't have to, they're not undercapitalized. And that's the biggest issue in this whole space. So, yes, if you strip it down to that level, we have a structure in place that guides you on the way, not only in terms of education, in terms of improving you, but also in terms of you get different funding as you go up to the higher level. So you learn to manage higher sums of money along the way. And everything about the program, the structure, the levels, what you get access to is very deliberate in the way it was built. It was built by traders, for traders, without using a cliched line. But you can see that in every aspect of the program. And that's something we take responsibility for how we feel we're changing the industry or revolutionizing the space with this program. But I won't say it's responsibility that is put upon us, but more one that we have put on our own shoulders.
Okay, yes, that makes sense. Um, well, it's a lot to take responsibility for all that. So it's nice that you're sort of guiding it in your own way. Do you see Axi Select becoming a kind of model for how funding programs across the industry might evolve?
Um, Possibly. I mean, there are other models out there, and there are other very successful models out there. And I think it just depends on what everyone or anyone's trying to achieve. For us, we're looking to find top traders and provide a program that improves traders. There are other programs out there that are more speculative based, and there are other programs out there that are trying other things. So there's always a demand for different programs. Not to say it's only Axi Select's the only program that's in demand, but yes, I wouldn't be surprised to see more firms move more towards our model. We do have an edge score, which is a score that judges traders' performance, which we've built in house, so it'd be difficult to replicate that. But yeah, absolutely, we feel our methodology and structure is the right way to go, and that's why we've gone this way. But it's not to say there isn't a market for other programs and other structures as well.
Can we talk about regulation for a bit? I mean, prop trading is getting more attention from regulators. How do you think Axi Select might influence or fit into that landscape?
So yes, regulations are the hot topic within the prop firm industry at the moment, and we are seeing a lot of big players in the space talk about self-regulating and moving into that as the first step, which I encourage. I think it's good to see regulation come into the space. In terms of Axi Select, we do use live accounts. We are backed by a broker. Our program rules and structure is very different. And as I said at the beginning, I wouldn't quite classify us as a prop firm, if I'm being honest. So I don't believe it's going to have much effect on us in that sense. We would love to see regulations completely come into this space. And we think if they were to come into this space, just looking at our program structure, I would think that we would be more aligned in the sense that it's no evaluations, live accounts, a trader-centric program. We don't we don't try and say trading's easy or you can access large sums of money with a short amount of trade. We're quite measured in our approach. I think every time I speak, I tell people how difficult trading is and how most traders won't make it to the $1 million stage. But if you want a fair and transparent trading environment with the potential, then it's up to the trader to be able to do that. So I do think our program is more aligned. And I do think we will see more regulations, perhaps starting with self-regulations. But in terms of Axi Select, I don't think we apply directly. This would apply to a prop firm utilizing the standard industry model.
Mm-hmm. Great. Do you have any upcoming plans for Axi Select? Is there anything new coming up? Anything exciting?
Yeah, so we're always looking to improve our product and overall offering. We're currently working on a new dashboard. We're looking to provide more interactive dashboard, more tools, more stats for traders to better analyze and improve their performance. We have an edge score explainers, which are explainers that provide information to traders about how they can improve their edge score. So we're also looking to improve that process. We've just launched MT5. In terms of our actual program, we have one or two really exciting things coming. I'm not going to mention them just yet because they're still in the final stages of being approved, or final stages of being, I guess, putting the touchings on. And it's something for our pro-am traders that I think will be really, really exciting. And the other one is more along a program structure, which I think will open us our potential up to even a wider audience. So we'll see. Hopefully next time we speak, I'll be able to provide an update on that, or it'll be live. But yeah, absolutely. We're always working on what we can do to improve our offerings. And we take a lot of feedback from our clients as well. I think it's quite important to listen to our clients. So we do surveys frequently to understand what they're looking for and to see what we can implement and improve.
Yeah, super important listening to your clients. Thanks for joining us today. We're looking forward to the next updates. Hopefully, we'll have with the next podcast, and we'll see you then.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.